The Queen Mother is the premier open quads event. Reading University in the yellow boat, rowing Australia on the right in the white. The Australians seeded, full of under-23 medals. Flag is up, and the umpire, Gwyn Batten, just keeping the crews apart. That vertical flag means both of you stay apart from each other. We want the middle of the track where the umpire's launch is to separate them. They're out of trouble now, and away they go.
Swing now!
Big shout there from the Rowing Australia crew. It's a new quad for this new Olympiad, comprised of Nicholas Blackman in the bow seat. He's steering this boat. Johnson Downey at 2, Jackson Free, who actually raced at Henley Royal Regatta last year in the 3 seat, and Alexander Rossi in the stroke seat. They'll be really keen to put down a good performance here at Henley Royal Regatta and continue to show the upwards curve that they've demonstrated already this season, with a strong 9th place at the Varese World Cup. But they made the A final in Lucerne just last weekend, and if they can pose a positive showing here at Henley, it prepares them really well for the Shanghai World Rowing Championships.
Yeah, and it looks like they're taking this race pretty seriously at this stage, aren't they? They really practice a very, very fast start there. Really impressive rowing from the Australians, going through the barrier, 637 metres down the track, past the Temple Island and into the body of the course now. The Australians, I think they've deployed their start, practiced that fully, and now it looks like they're controlling things a little bit more from the leading position that they're in. Already a couple of lengths of clear water over their opposition from Reading.
Yeah, super dynamic there from that Australian quad. Not necessarily a substantial heritage in this boat class, but I know these 4 scullers keen to turn the tide and bring the very best of Australian sculling onto the world scene. And it's fantastic, I think, Matt, as well, to see Rowing Australia bringing a full complement of athletes over to compete at the Henley Royal Regatta. They were here in 2022, they're back here in 2025, and they've got their eyes on the Queen Mother Challenge Cup prize.
Yeah, and as we cut live, we're just through the 3/4 mile mark and into the closing section of the course. Rowing Australia, great crew, as we say, but one of the joys of Henley is the chance to row alongside some of the world's best as you're a rising athlete. As I look at this Reading University crew, 19 and 20 years old, Awais Hamad in the bow seat for Reading is steering the boat down. Had a mishap in the Fawley Challenge Cup in 23, following a crab and a broken gate as a bit of a disaster. But you learn from these things, don't you? And you come back better. And this year, he and the others in the Reading University boat will have the experience of being up against a crew of this class and this speed. And this is a tale they'll tell in the bars for years to come.
Absolutely, under the director of rowing, Will Rand, who's run a fantastic program there since, I think, a decade ago. They changed to an only sculling institution, the only one student club in the UK to do that. They focus on a shared passion for success, but crucially enjoyment for rowing. And what more could you enjoy than a scull down the course? Admittedly, you've come up against a national team from Australia, but what a story, like you say, to tell, Matt. For years to come, that you raced in the Queen Mother Challenge Cup on a glorious Friday evening here at Henley Royal Regatta.
We are all about building bonds between crews and across crews, and telling stories over the years, writing history, and history that can be told, retold and slightly reinvented as the day progresses under the golden sunlight of Henley. A little bit of Nightimber sparkling English wine to celebrate victories and days gone by, and seeing crews from across the ages here coming to celebrate their past performances. So just to name check the crew from Reading, Awais Hamad we mentioned in the bow seat. There's his back pulling through the stroke. In front of him is Adam Makepeace. Both of them are 19 years old. Matthew Hand at 3 and Jack Allingham at stroke are both 20. Young guys from the Reading University sculling program, as you said, Tom, under Will Rand's coaching. No shame at all to be in this race, and really strong sculling, just showing a difference in the kind of standard we get. It's a little bit struggling with the steering there. I think we have got a bit of swirl and a bit of swell on this water. We might not affect the outcome of this race, but one to watch as the afternoon progresses. Quite a lot of, you often see as you go through the week, don't you, that there are quite a lot more boats coming out. You see the boats moored along the booms along the side of the course. It's a famous place to watch from, but a lot more pleasure boats coming. I think also just looking out of the window of our commentary box, I can now see the crews in front of me. There we are in the box on the left in the centre of your picture, and can see that the conditions have improved. Things have flattened out, and a nice flat row as we take a look over our shoulder. Jackson Free in the C-seater, the 3-seater, the Rowing Australia crew. Just checking the finish is coming. Yep, there it is, Jackson. Worry not. Through to the semis for the Australians. Happy with their row. think they practiced their start pretty well and got used to the markers on the course. Pretty happy though. Nice to see the joy of competing and appreciation for Reading University sculling program. Got to race some great rising talent from Australia, and well done to them. They will enjoy a cold drink of some sort later. Reading Australia going through in the Queen Mother Cup.